All right, so what I'm about to say now, I have sat at different uh, fora, um, roundtables and stuff, and have raised such concern, but have never really put it out there. And it's very important that I do. I don't have to wait for when I'm looking my best, clean sheet and all of that, ring lights and everything. Uh, if I wait until then it is for clout, and this is not for clout or anything. I want to say this. I want to bring our attention to something very important. All these videos and pictures of um, massacres and bandit attacks, terrorist attacks, whatever name you have for them. Um, Whenever you see these videos, the ones that are lost, take a long look at them, um, especially the adults, and remind yourself that probably an hour, 5 hours a day, a few days, a week before that incident, um, our social media space have become so um, due to citizens' journalism, occasioned by social media, of course. Um, it has become a space where these videos, these images, these stories are constantly propagated, and that dead body. I am not trying to make people immune to compassion, but to actually awaken our compassion. An hour, a few hours a day, a week before that incident, that person probably saw such incidences, such news, such reports, some revelations being posted, and some of them they liked, some of them they just swipe past, some of them they just wrote, so sad, sad world, chai, RIP. What I'm trying to say here is if a day goes by that you don't ask yourself, what am I doing to fight insecurity, to fight terrorism, to fight globalism, to fight global hegemony, or whatnot, you are bringing yourself closer to the point where it is you. Yeah, it might even get to me who is making this video before you, but eventually, the people destroying this world aren't taking a day off, and you're not investing a day into fighting back because you believe in a system you know nothing about, a system that is not controlled by you, a system that your lineage, your family has never been in control of, a system you would never be in control. The table has been selected. The committee of 300 have been selected long before your father or your mother was born. You're not a part of it. You will never be a part of it. You're still having something to strive for, something you think is your destiny. Money wasn't created along with your life. A career wasn't created along with your life. A career is inorganic. Money is inorganic. You are an organic being running on electrolytes. Anything that is not in it, it's not your destiny. In case you want to understand the meaning of destiny, then you are made from an organic source and you are organic, and then something that is synthetic is your destiny. I don't want to use curse words. But back to the actual thing. The terrorist attacks, banditry, whatever you choose to call it, may have some tribalistic signatures, some religious imprints, but it has to be based on something for it to sell, right? That is tribalistic imprints, religion, the question of poverty, the question of lack of education is the problem of the people that go out to engage in these attacks, the people that arm them, people that control them, the people that finance them, the people that take care of them. Their goal is different. The agenda is far different from what you think. When you're talking about the fact that there are 7.6 million births in Nigeria last year alone. 2025, I'm sorry. Nigeria alone. And the whole of Europe had 6.2, I think. Think about that for a minute. And 5% of the schools in Greece have been shut down because they cannot meet the threshold for classes. And the threshold, I think, is 16 or so to constitute a class, which means if they don't have up to 16 uh, students, pupils in a class, it means the air conditioning, the heater system, the public address system, the electricity, the whatever the classroom is running on is running at deficit because the fees, whether it is being covered by government or by if it's a private school, they're incurring the expenses for maybe an average of a class of 20 people to teach 8 people. So they have to shut down 5% of the schools. Think about it again. Then the demographics, you know, the Nigerian population is mostly from uh, 13 years to I think 13 or 13 years to 33 years, 35 years. So on average, the average age of the Nigerian population is 19 years. That is still within the age of education. If you want to educate them, that is still in the age of sports, entertainment. If you want to put them into that, that is still the age of grooming a viable workforce. That is still the age of enlisting people in the army. That's a squad. That's the future. That is power. And then the US and your government signing MOUs on the House of Nigeria, with focus on protecting US national interest in my own nation. And if you don't understand the fact that your constitution or the debate for your independence was held severally at Chatham House, and even though even Nigerians in diaspora cannot vote, your leaders go to Chatham House to debate themselves. You know, um, Atiku, Peter Obi, Tinubu, Showore cannot come to the National Theatre or wherever else and have a debate amongst themselves. But then they will go individually to Chatham House. And you don't think the thing there is we see how you're romancing with the US, we see what you're doing with France, we see what you're doing with whoever, Russia. We see the promises you're making in your campaign. We want to what's the goal? I hope you know whatever happens. Industrial equipment, industrial uh, 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 um, revolution or industrialization of your country is not on the books. Constant electricity is not on the books. The roads you will build will be minimal so that it will be insignificant to what it will take to meet up with global growth and best practices. And it shouldn't be that durable. I hope you understand that research and development is not part of the plan. I hope you understand that a viable educational system is not in the plan. Whatever will make you know how to extract and explore and refine your natural resources is not on the list. I hope you understand that. And that is why the most corrupt person will be the one that wins the election, because when a man is so rich you can't bribe him anymore, what is the language of the game? Blackmail. And where there's so much, how do I say, weaponized poverty, that when your president earns less than $1,000, how much do you think the minister earns? And every other office or department or agency that makes the country work is under each ministry. So how much does the minister earn, and how much does the workers there earn? It means if you have enough money to live even a proper middle class life, you are into something illegal. So you can always, they can pull that up at any time to use it against you if you don't play to the gallery. And if you have a phone, it is spying on you. And if they can't find something illegal, they find something immoral.